Bible Proverbs Therapy for Anxiety. Only benefits, never loss. What is the best therapy for anxiety? It's not a magic pill or method that remedies the discomfort instantly. Bible Proverbs Therapy for Anxiety will work. Anxiety. Definition. It's time for practical lessons in therapy for anxiety. Let's see the overall process we will follow and why. Anxiety is distress of the mind. Here's a definition from the Cambridge Dictionary. An uncomfortable feeling of nervousness or worry about something that is happening or might happen in the future. We've already established what the mind is, and that it is the activator of consciousness. They work together in 5 areas: purpose, conduct, reasoning, socialization, and rulership. If you are reading this for the first time, please review this foundational knowledge at the links. Since we understand consciousness and mind and how they work, we can now reveal how they best function optimally. This is Therapy for Anxiety, Exercise 1 from the book Transform Your Mind, Upgrade Your Life, from the Explanation with Sam Kneller. The human constitution has its 5-fold base: purpose, conduct, reasoning, socialization, and rulership, working harmoniously within the individual, their internal influences, and their position in society, the external influences. Anxiety occurs when these 5 traits are out of balance. The therapy for anxiety. To nurture, we must help our children align their purpose, conduct, reasoning, socialization, and rulership. To heal, we must help anxiety-prone people realign these 5 traits. The baseline code to which we align, realign, or conform ourselves is the book of Proverbs, the universal code of life for all human beings today. Proverbs 9, verses 20 and 22. My son, attend to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings, for they are life to those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Sam's comment, and their mind. The therapy for anxiety to reach life and mental health is simple. Align yourself with God's words, specifically those of Proverbs. Remember, this has nothing to do with religion, church, or even spirituality. This is the recipe for an anxiety-free life. Please don't get me wrong. This lifestyle doesn't mean you won't have any problems or stress. It means you'll be able to work through the mishaps and troubles because your focus aligns with the book of Proverbs. Your ear will be inclined to God's sayings, and there are godly maxims and principles about every aspect of life that will help us pull through and see it from God's point of view, not ours. Your therapy for anxiety. First lesson, purpose. So, let's lay out this first lesson with exercises to focus on purpose for 1 week. It's the first of the 5 traits of consciousness and the guiding light of them all. Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no vision, no purpose, the people perish. This world can be ugly, and some people don't see a future or have lost hope in tomorrow. they will perish mentally. No future is a sure formula for anxiety. You must have an overriding pursuit in your life, something big, more vast and better than you are at this moment, that you can devote your mind, your time, and energy to for 20, 30, or 50 years. In this context, let's talk about your professional life. That brings in the money. Yes, you need that, and it aids with accomplishing all the other goals in life. Think about a ship leaving port and its purpose: to get passengers to their future dream destination. First, it must know its end destination. And second, it must know how to get out of its present port. For this maneuver, its second-by-second surveillance often requires a local pilot and even tugboats. That is the same as the trip of life, the therapy for anxiety. Destination and first step. First, what is your future destination? Your purpose? A train driver, doctor, social worker, artist, pilot, entrepreneur? That's a big destination decision where you'll navigate rough waters. You'll gain experience during the trip and make course changes to keep on track. You must know yourself, your capacities, and your mindset. You cannot do this alone, but you are ultimately responsible for reaching the proper port of call and finally your destination. You don't have to make final destination choices at age 18, 20, or even 30, but you need an excellent idea of some intermediary ports, or you will be doing circles in shark-infested waters. Goals change. It's flexible steadfastness. Second, how are you maneuvering to get out of the harbor today, in the next hour, now? Your purpose today. What's today's one step forward toward becoming or being a better train driver, doctor, social worker, artist, pilot, or entrepreneur? With your compass, you can modify a course, even one small degree, to align yourself in the right direction. As a parent, psychologist, teacher, manager, or coach, it's your responsibility to point a child, patient, student, employee, or client in the right direction and show them how to take the first step. Help them develop the how-to, step-by-step plan and receive the training and equipment, the intermediary ports, to launch their journey. Cast off one of the ropes attached to the moorings, the first detaching of a shackle imprisoning you in the harbor. Jump the first, even lowest hurdle in front of you. That's your initial victory for the therapy for anxiety. Realize you did it. Help the person monitor their performance, even if you or they make a mistake. A cruise, like the therapy for anxiety, starts with one tiny maneuver, one stage at a time, the what and how you'll accomplish that. Don't overwhelm yourself or another person. Time is not the significant factor here. The person and their initial stride forward are. A mistake in accomplishing the task is not a critical issue here. Trying is. We all make mistakes. Analyze why the person tripped over the hurdle and how she, he, or you can be helped to jump better. Maybe reduce the height. Perhaps you need to add a stage you hadn't thought of. like getting a more adapted pair of shoes or doing some leg muscle building first if you're a passive person becoming more active. This is why the therapy for anxiety focuses on one proverb, one step for a week. Meditate, pray, study, and talk to family and friends about it. Read articles like Benefits of Cooking on Mental Health, Why Eggs with a Recipe. Visit the library and find a good book. Summarize a few steps to follow. Think out of the box. Here's a quote. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Vary the methods. Try something new and find related proverbs, parables, and Bible examples. This is practical Bible meditation. On the seventh day, you can analyze your maneuver and map out the subsequent 2 or 3 actions needed to get out of port. Personalize your therapy for anxiety. Whether it's for yourself, or if you're a coach, trainer, manager, employer, teacher, parent, adult, adolescent, or child, personalize each step of the therapy for anxiety for the concerned person. Consider their age, mental level, intellectual, and manual skills. For instance, mastery of space, clean up, organize a drawer, a cupboard, a room, all the way up to a factory or office. It depends on the capacity and state of the individual. Consider establishing a detailed how-to reach each benchmark. Learn a subject or skill. Enhance a talent you've always been intrigued by. Get one fact, move, and add more. Coaching might be necessary. Make each step short and attainable quickly so they can know they've crossed the finish line. Let their creativity, physical or mental, begin to simmer. Help their imagination to flow, just so long as it's legal and edifying. Compose stories, drawing, pottery, and many other endeavors. In discussing the stage with them, remember the 7 steps of conduct. Maneuvers cannot be imposed. It must be their free will choice, just as their behavior, whether to apply the step or not. There's self-reproach, recognition of one's error, and forgiveness of oneself and from you, and, of course, from God. They are responsible for their decisions. They set the goal and are accountable. This chart, the compass, tracks the destination and the vision we're working toward. The goal is accurate, and the little by little steps in the 5 vital areas of consciousness will strike the target. The first week focuses on the vision, the purpose, so we do not perish. To the contrary, anxiety is diminishing. Download the chart and print a copy to plot and follow your cruise. You'll find more details and examples about Compass at this link, and you can leave comments and suggestions. Example and results of therapy for anxiety. Purpose. Many years ago in London, I went into a food store with a grill behind the counter. A disabled young man was learning to fry eggs. His manager patiently showed him how to clean, prepare the grill, break the egg, no shells and no broken yolk, and use a spatula to position it on the plate. A few days later, I returned, and he was doing a perfect job. One by one, he'd mastered the cooking steps and was autonomous. Go fry an egg and break down all the steps. If you have a young child, watch, guide, envision, and see the detailed steps to make scrambled, 3-minute, or hard-boiled eggs and how to peel them. Then move on to an omelet, eggs Benedict, etc. Every kid and adult should know such basics. Proverbs 14:23, in all labor there is a profit. Sam's comment, mental health is a benefit. But the talk of the lips tends only to penury. Staying tied to the mooring is a descent into anxiety. A person's purpose depends on their talents, skill level, and particularly their likes and dislikes. If all those criteria line up, then you get a direction. It's good to have a medium-term objective in mind, so the individual can see how the first and intermediary steps lead to a bigger, feasible goal. The slightest movement to the destination activates the mind and reduces anxiety and depression. Once a person embarks on regular steps, no matter how minute, their mental health takes an upswing. With purpose orientation, we can get immediate, measurable, and positive results, which is a tremendous encouragement. The Bible Proverbs Therapy for beating anxiety is underway. Join the free mini-course, just 20 minutes of video, to see the deeper God-intended meaning of Adam and Eve's nakedness, based on 7 keys to master biblical Hebrew with no fuss. theexplanation.com/naked. Thanks for watching. Watch this video now of the next chapter of Transform Your Mind, Upgrade Your Life.